Hi everybody, and welcome to my video on how to replace or swap out the focusing screen on a Canon F1. The Canon F1 was a system camera. It had more components for the system than any other system camera ever made. And one of the great things was this is an F1N, and it had 9 viewfinder screen options. The new F1 had 13. So there are, I think it was 9 options. I'm still researching the video introducing these cameras, so I haven't verified all of the data and all the facts yet. But there were numerous options, at least, for focusing screens. Now, what focusing screens do is, when you look through your camera, your standard focusing screen might be a circle with a split ring in the middle. Various options, such as the one I'm going to install tonight, which is a grid focusing screen, facilitate different types of photography. The grids, for instance, are very good for architectural and documentation copying or reprographic photography. Other options include just a plain matte Fresnel with nothing in it, and some other things like that, or just little crosshairs or points to basically help with alignment. And I'm a big fan of the grid, so that's what I'm going to put in. Now, I brought both of these out because they have 2 different prisms. This has the speed finder prism, and this has the standard prism. So I'm going to show you how to take off both prisms because they come off differently. I'm going to start with the speed finder because this is the camera that's going to get the new focusing screen. There's a silver button on the bottom right here. Push that. Now, at the same time, I'm going to push on the front of the prism with my finger. So I'm going to push the release button, push on the front of the prism, and it comes off. Now you can see the focusing prism, the focusing screen inside. And this is the standard E-type focusing screen. It's just a boring focusing screen. You need to pry it up, and I don't have any kind of special prying tool. If you have fingernails and pain tolerance, neither of which I have, you can use that. It comes out pretty easily. You want to make sure not to touch it in as much as is possible. I'm going to set it that way. Now, I have here a red sable, very soft paintbrush I've never used for paint. And what I'm going to do is, this is a good opportunity to look inside of the camera, now that it's somewhat disassembled, and see if there's any dust and things like that. And I have a little bit of dust on my mirror. It's good to get the dust out because this way it can't get on your film, can't interfere with your image. There we go. And I've got some more dust up here. There we go. And this I'm going to keep, and I'm going to save the old focusing screen. So just get some dust. There's a dog hair on it. Shocking, I have 2 large dogs and there's a dog hair in one of my cameras. That's never happened before. I've got this open. I might as well make sure there's no dust on the glass. Oh, there's tons of dust on the back of this. But it's good for me to see that there's very little dust here, because that means that the seals on the F1 are still in pretty good shape. Set that there. Now, I'm going to take out the new focusing screen. I'm going to, again, make sure that this is clean. This one's a lot dustier. I just got this a couple days ago, so I hadn't taken it out of the box except to make sure that it was the correct focusing screen. And you can see as I'm doing this that I'm doing it very lightly, a very gentle touch. The metal ferrule on the brush is not coming into contact with the glass. You do not want to do that. And I chose this brush because the bristles are red sable, and they're also You know those brushes that you use to clean dust off your glasses lenses? That has a softer brush surface than those brushes. So it's a very, very good brush to use for this because optical glass is soft. Now there are two sides on this. Let's see, there you go. You can see that the front of it says Canon focusing screen D. That's what that says. And then the back of it has this little clear glass square, which I believe is for the meter or something like to that effect. I'm not entirely certain. So I'm just going to slide that in. Push that down. Now this is just a basic swap out. If you are finding that putting in the new focusing screen is leading to focus issues, and the way to determine that is to focus with, take a roll of film with your camera and make sure that all of the focusing on it works properly, and then take another roll of film after you swap out the screen. Use different lenses and for each of them. Use the same lenses for each of them, and if possible, you take photos of the same subjects. And then you'll know if it appears in focus on the first roll and then is in focus on the first roll, everything is lined up well. If it appears in focus on the second roll but is not, then it's not lined up well, and you'll need to put in some shims to adjust it or have it adjusted. This is just a basic swap out instructional video. I'm not going to go into shims and everything like that. So here we have the second F1, and we're going to do this again. And the reason I've chosen this is because it has the standard viewfinder. It also has the flash coupler F on it. So the standard viewfinder, there's a button here and here on each side. I don't know why I'm holding the paintbrush. I don't need to. Ooh. I'm going to push them. Going to push them in. Okay, first I'm going to, I actually practiced this one. I never practiced these. I actually practiced this, and it came off just fine. So I'm going to take off the flash coupler. That might help. Oh. Whoa. I just chipped that prism. The prism just fell out of my fingers and landed on the floor, and I got 2 chips in it. Dang it. Well, the prism itself isn't chipped, just the glass on the back of it, it looks like, which is good. If the prism was chipped, it would be ruined. That's disappointing on my count. Butterfingers me. So, clean off a little bit of a fingerprint on there. I'm actually going to have to do a more thorough job cleaning this because I accidentally touched it. I'm just screwing up everything with this camera. Got a little fingerprint on it there. So I'm going to take the other one, show you how to put it back in again. Just slides right in, and again oh, sorry about that. So you remember the glass part goes in back and the designation goes towards the front. You put it at an angle, slide it into place, push it down, and I'm using the back of the brush to make sure that it's in place. Then you just put the prism back on. That's it, and that's how it's swapped out. Pretty easy to do. So if this video was useful, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do that by using the subscribe link, and you'll get to find out when I have more videos coming out. And if you leave a comment or have any questions, I'm pretty good about getting back to those fairly quickly. I'd be more than happy to respond to them. If you have any suggestions, please leave that in the comments section. And if I have the technical knowledge and the ability, I'd be more than happy to film a video for you. And lastly, thank you guys for watching.